Alright, YouTube, this is my first video, so I'd ask you to cut me some slack. Um, for those of you who do not know me, I do work at a gun counter on a major national retailer. Um, and I just want to give some basic gun shop etiquettes. Because it's been my experience over the past, pushing 5 months now. That some of you, and not necessarily you watching, but some people um, definitely lack basic gun shop etiquette. So, got my little notes here, and we'll see how this goes. Alright. We'll start with this one. Asking me to throw away your dip cup. No. I don't like throwing away my own dip cup, let alone some stranger I don't even know. So no, I will not throw away your dip cup. And please don't ask whoever works behind the counter of your gun store to throw away your dip cup. That's just rude. Expecting me to remember you. Now this may not apply to some smaller gun shops, but like I said, I work at a national retailer, so more than one state, more than one store. Expecting me to remember you out of the hundreds of people I see a day, I mean, there's a chance I might, but don't, especially if you're going to one of the bigger stores, don't expect whoever to remember you. Um, they Guys like me see literally hundreds of people a day, and it's just not really practical. So don't get offended. It's not because we don't like you or something like that, but just don't expect it. Say, hey, yeah, you helped me before, and we'll go from there. Not doing your research. And I say this with a caveat. If it's basically empty and there's not really a whole lot of other people there shopping, then, dude, I've got all the time in the world to answer your questions. It's what I get paid to do. But if you come in on a payday weekend, Saturday, and just expect me to be able to spend a half hour with you when I've got my entire counter covered with other customers, that's just not practical. Um, Especially if you know that you want to buy something, you're just not sure. Narrow it down. Use YouTube. I wouldn't recommend reading gun magazines these days, but use YouTube. Watch what other people are saying. A little preliminary research never killed anybody. I don't understand it. The guys I work with don't understand it. All of us do copious amounts of research before we purchase anything, but food for thought. A little bit of research wouldn't kill you, folks. Butting in while I'm helping someone else. This usually happens on those types of days that we're just talking about. The busy days, there's a lot of customers. You just have that one quick question that you want to ask me. Well, I'm kind of with someone else, and it's rude. That's not so much gun shop common courtesies as it is life common courtesies, perhaps. So yeah, just wait a sec. I mean, if the guy's looking through a scope and turning his back to me and he's doing his thing and trying to figure out if that's what he wants, that's fine. But if I'm like talking to someone and handling a gun and trying to explain, don't come up and tap me on the shoulder. Hey, I just got one quick question. No, not okay. Not okay. Let's see. We're kind of getting into the top tier, I guess. Pet peeves / etiquettes that people need to realize. Arguing over fixed prices. Like I said, this is a caveat. It's not a small local shop. It's a national retailer. Um, My prices are fixed. They come from corporate. Corporate decides them. Whether I think they're too high or too low, no one cares. Don't argue with me for the prices, because like I said, corporate's the one who dictates them, not me. So keep that in mind if you're going to the bigger retailers. They're really 9 times out of 10, unless the gun is damaged or the finish is worn off or something like that, there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, let's see. We got that one. We got that. All right. After saying you need to go ask your buddy who's a cop. Now, I'm prior service military. I like to think I know what I'm talking about. I was in the military for almost 10 years. I have a lot of firearms experience. And for you to sit there and take up 25 minutes or more in some cases of my time asking me what I think and what you think we should do and well, should I get this? And I walk you through, okay, you need something small for concealed carry for home defense and you know you're not going to carry it. Something a little bit bigger is no big deal. And then for you to say, okay, well, that's cool, but I need to go ask my buddy who's a cop. First of all, no offense to any cops who are watching this. Most cops, honestly, come on, guys. Most cops are not awesome with guns or knowledge. Granted, that's not always the case. I know some great cops who know more than who've forgotten more than I ever know. But as a general rule, just I mean, the guys I work with, they're all either prior military, they're competitive shooters, they're guys who've been doing this their whole life. Um, it's kind of insulting, and odds are your buddy, if he knows what he's talking about, is probably just going to repeat what we said. So, not really cool in my book. Take it or leave it, I guess. Let's see. Yelling at one of us if you got delayed on your 4473. It's not up to us. We didn't do it because you're white, because you're black, because you smell funny, because you're Asian. We didn't do it. We just submit the data. We submit the data that you give us. So don't yell at us if the FBI or whoever decides that you're delayed. Once again, kind of a common courtesy thing, and doesn't happen all that often, but it has happened more than once. So if it gets delayed, just grin and bear it. We give you a nice little pamphlet that says who you can contact and try and get it worked out. Let's see. Lying about military service. Yeah, huge pet peeve. Kind of a no duh one. Um, like I said, there's a good mix of prior service guys um, who can instantly smell the BS. Just, I mean, instantly. Um, don't do it because I'm gonna stop talking to you pretty much as soon as I've got it figured out. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, you were with such and such group, and no, the legit guys. Come on, we can tell. We can, the units are right and the dates are right. But if you're over there trying to impress the guy behind the gun counter by lying about military service, odds are you probably have bigger issues in your life to work through than whether you want piston or gas AR-15. Just yeah, not really cool, guys. Let's see, what else do we have on the list? Got that. All right, the last one. I think I've got most of the ones I wanted to cover. The last one, and it's the biggest one that we deal with on a daily, hourly, minutely basis, is when I hand you a gun. You know, drop the magazine, I pull the slide back or open the cylinder if it's a revolver or the bullet or whatever. I make sure the gun is not loaded. I make sure the gun is clear. And then I hand it to you. And if you notice, when I hand it to you, I don't point the muzzle at you. I point it off to the side in a safe direction where it's not flagging anyone. And like 8 times out of 10, as soon as I hand it to you, you take it from me and you do this and point it smack dab back at me. Not cool. First of all, not cool. Um, Second of all, just poor gun handling. Um, yes, it's not loaded, but that doesn't matter. I mean, the first rule is treat all guns as if they're always loaded. So pointing it right back at me, and I actually had this happen tonight. Um, a couple came in looking for a revolver. I cleared it. I handed it to him. The husband took a look at it. He handed it to his wife. His wife pointed it, boom, right back at me, asking me a question. I stepped to the side so I'm not in front of the muzzle. And she kind of gives me this weird look, and her husband says, "Oh, it's okay, man. It's not loaded. You just cleared it." Well, no, it's not okay. And the fact that you're teaching someone that you think it's okay to do that is a bad thing. And if it was up to me, that would be like a DQ immediately from buying a gun from my shop, anyways, until you get some kind of training or stop being a giant douche. Yeah, so that's my video. Hope you guys liked it. I do have supposedly some more shooting videos I'm going to start trying doing. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, leave comments below. I'll do my best to get back to them. Peace.